coming. Ask them who run it. Who run it? 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 Yeah. I'm stronger than I've ever been. Never win. You are in the presence of your president. Out here lifting heavy. 2 pounds to shake left from 30 pounds of great. Yep. 2 stacks call my jack and I ain't even wake yet. Woke up, double back. Asked them if they needed what they needed. I was asleep when they called. Then I could come with that. Told me to, I'm dugging that. Matter of fact, come to me. I barely bagged the order. He rolled up like a Russian cream. Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? If you did it, then I done it. Anybody get it? Don't nobody want it. Ain't no second coming. Ask them who run it. Mind over matter. Remote controlling the data. I'm getting older and older. I'm looking better and better. You get shoulder to shoulder and can't get it together. They think I'm talking to myself, but I was talking to Kevin. I'm picking up where you left us. Ain't tougher than leather. 40 years plus, young and still can't get on my level. And y'all ain't level up yet. I still don't wear watches. I ain't copping ice to bezel up yet. I do my thing so when I die you say I did it to death. My baby moms ain't salty cause I did them correct. I make the money, make some more and I ain't breaking a sweat. I make $1 million, leave the chauffeur, I'm taking the chef. I cop the as soon as I observe the nature of threat. So I can squeeze on it like a wash rag when it's wet. So I would rather invest, be somewhere cashing a check. I never loved you, probably why you couldn't get me upset. Who run it? Who run it? Who run it? Who run it?
Wake it up! I said wake your ass up! It's not over about this ain't what they do.
Top of the morning, mother, get you out of bed by calling up a ruckus. I know you hate to love us, get your ass up out the covers. It's time to rise and grind, get your money on time so you can rise and shine.
Wake your ass up! Wake it up! It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. Showtime.
Mashing it smooth by a stretch. Good morning, yes. How about the shower in the mirror? Checking my fresh and I keep it 103.5. Get it correct on your dial, that's the FM. So tune into us, let's trend. Beat the topic, only morning show that's on and through. Clean out your eyes and sip your coffee, let your morning flow. How about your ride like you arrived, but it's time to go. Top of the hour like the ad-lib, my state is sown.
Yeah! Oh.
Put the coffee in the cup and when your ass up, this beat hit so hard, thought it was a Mack truck. Grab a bag up, that diesel and gas up. For this ride, we bout to drive till 9 can't pass us. Cause we're leading the caravan, serenading your travel plan, herding the cattle, man, as we give you a battle plan. For all the wealth to grab up. But first, you need to wake your ass up.
My city, I wear it. Daily, the black is gearing. I'm coming to lift the spirits like toast in a drink. I'm a breath of that fresh air while you on it. Chasing that paper, you on it. Speaking of mine, and that's designed to make you think. Hold up, just sit it down for a second. Tune in and think. Who put it down with the bars and don't need a drink to drink? That'd be me, whether gargle the breath stink. From running late, so I'm rushing like doing things. Could you get it?
Like a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. We gon' get you a new day. I want your word to play. It's your morning.
Cause see it's growing, I got it, call it the buzz. These dudes vagina, they leaking, needing a plug. These chicks is lonely, they weak and seeking a hug, and we got them fresh up early mornings, on and waking them up, let's get it.
Put your sorry behind them. From your time.
True. I'm here for the early birds. Give them the worm. Can't say a dirty word. My town to yours. Rooftop to the curb. The topic's superb. Politics. Give us that acknowledgement. Elephant in the room. You couldn't move it. We the monolith. Wipe that cold up out of your eye and hit up that Wi-Fi and peep the other sun. Every day come catch another one. Compliment your coffee and your honey bun. Tune in with the tune in or the FM on your morning run. 6 in the morning. Fighting for bathroom time with daughters. I got my laptop popping. They keep it ugly for all us. Every demographic on perimeters. We who you listen to. It's independent radio for independent listeners.
Ad-lib on the track, hold it, juggle my vocals. You were waiting for lyrics?
Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Easy there, cowboy. Easy.
Trying to kill my ears today.
I know. Take it easy. Cause you know. Got. All right, enough with the singing already. We have so much ugliness to cover this morning. We have a whole bunch of ugliness to cover this morning. So we may as well do our usual take a nosedive into these numbers. I'm talking about where we stand in coronavirus cases. We're looking at, hold on one second. Hey, Caleb, when you get a second, can you just turn this off in the back here, please? Thank you. Looking at coronavirus cases across America, it's 1,292,879 cases. We have 76,942 deaths. And right now, there's a big push to downplay the number of deaths that are here. Right now, there's a push now to try to say, well, not that many people die. Not that many people have passed away from coronavirus. That is the new push. Not 76,942 people have died from it in the last 8 weeks or so, 8 to 9 weeks. No one wants to, well, not no one. There's a concerted effort now to downplay that number, for us not to address that number, for us not to say that number is correct. That is a new thing. Good morning, Harry Jokes. Trevor, how are you?
I'm great. I'm glad the NFL schedule dropped yesterday.
Okay. T. Higgs, how's it going, young man?
Good, how are you?
Awesome. Rob Nice, DJ Rob Nice.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, I got this guy over here. The word on the street is he's back from suspension. What up, Khalid?
What up?
Which is really crazy. I never suspend him. No, because, well, I never had to. He self-regulates himself, you know.
Freedom of speech is over, man.
What's that?
Freedom of speech is dead.
Well, I don't know whatever make you think that it was ever alive, but that's well, you know, it's the thing with you Negroes. You always think you're doing something that you're really not. You know, I mean, come on. I told you that there was such a. And why do you have all that noise going on, Kadik? What are you with your son?
What happened?
What happened? There you go. There lies the problem. Let's start right there. Are you with your son?
I'm always with my son, bro.
I'm talking about right this second.
Oh, nah.
Okay, because I keep hearing all this knocking around, and you know we can't see where you are.
Knocking?
Yeah, it was like a bunch of knocking around, like you know, like you were adjusting something.
Huh.
And since we couldn't see where you are, rather, the question was, were you with your son? I think that was a fair question. Am I wrong?
Yeah, all questions are fair.
Yeah. Why does Trevor look like one of those, like the father or son that got arrested for killing that black guy? He's got the beard, the haircut.
Why you always hate my style?
Joe's a hater.
He hates my style. He hates sports. He hates me watching Korean baseball right now between Samsung and Kia.
Now you get it.
I can't catch a W, and I'm glad I don't have to.
You know, I gotta tell you, Trevor, at least I'm paying attention to you, man. It's really a problem when I start ignoring you. When I start ignoring your existence, I think you should worry more about that. What is all this noise, Scotty? Are you all
Got
right?
it. Can you invest in some headphones?
Gotta have headphones. That's a crazy part. So yeah, it is. I was asked about the headphones that I wear here. And you guys know me. I never wear headphones. Never do. I usually wear earbuds. But since we've been doing this remote thing, show, we've been doing the show remotely. I've been wearing headphones. And the thing is, well, I would never rock those. What everybody wear. What are those? Oh, Beats. Never gonna see those on my head. That's just not gonna happen. I don't see a need for it in my life. But if I saw a need, go ahead.
Yeah, Beats. I feel that there's so much hype in the late 2000s, like 09 when they came out, 2009, 2010. They've lost the hype ever since they've been to Apple to me.
Is that right?
I've had like 4 pairs and they've always broke on me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, I got my son up here, and just a few months later, those things were broken. I was like, yo, and it's like Apple's the wires on their product, their earbuds, their chargers. I mean, you give it 2 months of active use, and those things start coming apart at the connector. Why is that such a popular thing with Apple?
Yeah, I got these Bose back in December, and they've been working ever since.
There you go. My whole thing is like, I'm not about this noise cancellation and all of this stuff. And by the way, Beats was built by Danger. Am I correct?
Before they went to Apple?
Yeah, I think they were built by. Well, I still think they were built by Danger. I know they want their own standalone company. I might be wrong. No, they weren't. There were Beats, and then there were just the regular product. Who's on that for me? T Higgs, you on it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
Well, just put Beats in Danger. Were they all once at one time? Were they all one at one time? Once upon a time. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, well, I mean,
they were part of Monster Cable Products before.
Monster. That's it.
Which they made great stuff before.
Yeah, I mean, you get a regular Monster headphones. It did the same thing for half the damn price. Anyway, we got a lot of grounds to cover this morning. We really and truly don't have much time to talk about Beats. Also, some places in New Haven, Caleb and I are going to be out there, and DJ Rob Nice. We're going to be out on the scene today, and we're going to get you guys aware of this 2020 census and getting you some information on why you need to partake in the 2020 census, the importance of it, the ability to get why being counted is important. Kadik, you filled out your census form yet?
Of course.
There you go. Right answer.
I finally got the video, though. I know that.
What's that?
You finally sent the video, yeah.
What video?
Oh, the census video, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Finally. Good job, fellas.
Thank you. What was that?
Yeah. I said good job.
Oh, good job. Oh, you like it. Look at that. Rob Nice and Caleb did a video about like almost 2 months now for the 2020 census and why you should get out and be accounted for. It was a great video. It's a great video. And I don't say that lightly. No, it's this guy Caleb, he keeps putting out one good thing after the next. Shout out to you, man.
Thanks.
And yeah, shout out to those over there at the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven for pushing this information, 1, about the census, and 2, for including us, including Caleb and Rob Nice and Timo and everyone else from Full Court, having them partake in doing this. Even my other son, Jay, did that video.
Yeah.
He shot it, he edited it, and he did a great job at it. Shout out to my boys. I got my sons working with me. You're damn right. It's a family business now. It's a family business. Look at us go. No, but Jay did a great job at the video. And on location. Full Court did a great job of doing that read there. Kadik, what do you think?
Yeah, of course. Come on, man.
Full Court put forth his best leg. The video is the music, the beat. Shout out to Caleb for making that beat from scratch. The lyrics and all that stuff. I know a fellow who's gonna want some kind of writing credit for doing this is the Right Reverend Minister Pastor Samuel T. Rossley. By the way, he's gonna be on this morning.
Word.
So we'll hear from him. Hear what's going on. All right, let's nosedive. First thing, top of the news right now, that's real big. What do you got here? Yes.
It may be a little delay, but if you want to play that video
of
the census, Caleb.
I want to, but I don't want people. I don't want the delay on it because I don't want people to miss the bulk of it, and it's being put out there on the. You know what? I'm going to post it up. Why don't I just post it out straight up? Because it might be the delay, like it did yesterday.
Yeah.
And it will take away from the bite of the message. It's a real good video. It is one of those videos that I can tell you right now, people. It's an informational video. And it's not done in the sense of where you have people saying, you see the rappers go down to this dealership and get your car right. And
no, check out Bradford. You know what? They'll give you a deal. Promo code the game.
Wow. No, but it's not one of those situations. It is indeed an informative, fun, and it was well choreographed. Let's get to that point. All right, I want to nosedive into some news. First thing first, the father and son who shot and executed this young man down there in Georgia was arrested yesterday. Just one day after the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they took on the case. One day after, man, they're like, what are we doing? Why is this still a thing? Why are these guys still walking around?
2 months after.
2 months after they doing it, but one day after GBI took on the case, they looked into it, and the only reason why they looked into it is because social media. Otherwise, you would have a prosecutor who refused to put charges and then was talking about, I'm collecting a grand jury. Since when? Since when? You don't need a grand jury. All they had to do was just go out and do what they did, what the GBI did yesterday. Arrest these two fools. They're a danger to goddamn society. Who's making all that noise? You got these guys, they're running around and they're being a danger to society. Kadik, enough, please.
What am I doing now?
You're making a lot of noise. Just mute your mic until you're ready to talk.
Well, try headphones. That shit ain't working.
Well, it ain't working. Whatever it is, it's not working. It ain't about just us out here. It's about the listeners.
Bro, I didn't even know. I'm sitting still.
Well, I'm just saying we're making a lot of noise. two suspects charged with murder in Ahmaud Arbery. Did I say his name right? Ahmaud Arbery?
I think so.
In the Ahmaud Arbery shooting, George McMichael and his son Travis were arrested in connection with the killing of Mr. Arbery, which led to protests in Georgia. And I don't know who the hell was telling you guys yesterday that it was in Florida. See, those little things make a difference. I mean, Florida has enough issues by itself. They don't need us piling on that they doing, because I would hate if something happened in New York and Connecticut is getting a black eye just because we're next to each other. So I don't know what news outlet you guys were getting that story from yesterday that was saying the event went down in Florida. So again, anyway, the father and son were arrested yesterday, and rightfully so. And I really and truly want to know, why did it take so long? And then, of course, yesterday, Donald J. Trump, DJ over there, DJ Trump. Oh, DJ Trump went on the remix yesterday. He was trying to scratch it up when they asked him if he saw the video.
He's a fire mixtape dropping.
He sure sounded like he was about to do it, you know. So here it is. DJ Trump decided, well, he's gonna mix it up again. He's gonna just like and lie. Oh, he hasn't seen the video. Really? Is it not played on Fox News? What the hell? Because I saw it on nearly every damn thing, and we all know Trump looks at every channel out there. So when he was asked that, he didn't even know Mr. Avery's name. You know, he said, the young man's family, you know, yes, you know, condolences going on. However, like he was getting ready to go down that path. But the prosecutor now, he's just realized, man, my career is over. Man, this is too much heat. I mean, this fool just realized, I mean, man, this could be a career change, because let me tell you, scapegoating goes a long way. They will make him the bad face of this one this thing is a write-out. They could not find one thing bad on this kid. I think he got like a C or something back at fourth grade.
Damn, we gotta kill him.
Wow.
Yeah.
We gotta get rid of him. He's a criminal. A menace to society.
Shameful.
How he doesn't know? How can you get a C in art? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. What a menace.
We knew he was a troublemaker.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
When the grades start falling, so does their choices in life.
Oh my goodness. You know, when you look at this thing and you try to figure out, you try to wrap your head around, well, my God. How do you even tell yourself that is okay? Trevor, what's your opinion on this?
It's messed up, man. It really is. And I saw the video. I was appalled by it. How they just went straight to the shooting on it. That's my opinion.
You know, and what's interesting, Trevor, he was an athlete. So I know you got a dog in this fight.
You could
the
say
guy
that.
was out jogging. He's heavy into athlete.
Fellow running community member.
There you go. So if you don't got a race dog in the fight, you definitely got a sports dog. But then, this is the realities of this stuff. People are being gunned down. So every time every morning when I get on these mics and I highlight race issues, and then, not everybody is comfortable with it, I say to hell with you. To hell with you. Because if the community weren't highlighting this issue over and over and over, we would have never known about it. There was a concerted effort to make it a national story. You know what it took to make that a national story over COVID-19? Do you have any idea what it took to make that a national story? It took people committed to getting the word out about it.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of effort. That was not just hey, let's just go out and get the word out. No, it took a lot.
This happened back in February, right?
Thank you. He was just arrested yesterday.
Wow.
No one wanted to get into these two bastards were just arrested yesterday. Now, arrest is just the first step, by the way. These two bastards should be there should be, trial. I want them to go through the process. But it's like this thing is like, I'm looking at social media and I can see the PTSD in my community. I can see where my community is just fed up. I can see it. I'm not ready to push no damn race war. But I do, when I see the stuff out here, I can see the PTSD that the forces that be, who should be handling this type of situation, is imposing on my community.
People are upset.
Mm-hmm.
Very upset.
Yep. I don't know. It's like, I just don't get it.
On the fact that he was just jogging.
Got accused.
Just jogging and got accused of something he didn't do.
It was on a construction. The story doesn't change so many times.
Yeah, when you look at the timeline of the 911 call, it just doesn't make sense.
I know there are those who are reserving they want to reserve their right to comment in the opposite direction on this. I'm just going by what I see. And what I saw was this guy was jogging. He went around the truck. He came out and the video showed him swinging. And as I said yesterday, and I'll say it again. If two people approach me with a gun pointing at me, I'm going to swing. I think it's just a natural. If I think swinging is going to save a situation, yes, that's the natural survival instinct. And I think any and every human being will do it. So no matter what, you can't use that as a excuse for what these two have done. You cannot do it. Two people pointing a gun at you, didn't identify as law enforcement.
Right.
So I don't want to hear that nonsense. And I know I can see him teeing up that doggone excuse. Oh, when you saw in the video, he came out swinging. We don't know what happened behind, but let's just assume. What do you think happened behind me? What do you think happened? You see two people with a gun, don't you? With guns. Two shotguns and a handgun. Can't remember what it was. You see, the video shows that, and he was unarmed. So even if he came out of there swinging, so what do you think caused that? Let's get to that point.
Right.
Before you clowns even try to use that one. Before you even think it's okay to put that one up on the board, let's just be very clear here. Let's be very clear. I'm sorry.
Two guns pulled out on him and he didn't have a weapon.
What would you do? What would you, an individual, do in that position? Somebody tell you Get on the ground. I don't know what it is. Hey, what are you doing in this neighborhood? And both of them got guns.
Right.
Pointing at you. What would you do?
Accusing you.
Accusing you of stealing. What would you do?
Oh, yeah. That'd be an argument.
What would you do? They're pointing guns at you. What would walk away? You're lying because your natural instinct of survival say you're going to do something. You're going to save yourself. That's what happens. That is a natural instinct.
The situation like that, you don't know what you're going to do.
But here's the crazy. Here's the crazy. If he had a gun on him and pulled it out, would it have been he was defending himself by standing his ground? Or was he been the one accused then of agitating the event?
He would have been accused.
Would have been accused.
He would have been looked guilty. He would have been looked guilty.
He had a gun on him. He pulled a gun on them, and they defended themselves.
Yeah, he did steal.
Yep.
That stand your ground law would have went out the window.
Exactly. Let's keep it right. Let's be very fair here. It's the same BS with George Zimmerman. You got a guy out here with a gun chasing somebody down the wrong in the neighborhood, chasing a kid down in the neighborhood, and you're showing a gun. What do you think Trayvon Martin was going to do? Try to save his life. Try to save his life. That's exactly the cause. The same thing here. I don't care how you slice it or dice it. He was beating him up. He was trying to survive. He didn't have a gun. Mark Zimmerman did. We'll see how this case roll out. We'll see how this case roll out. Harry, anything?
Your natural instinct is fight or flight. So, some of us have that fight in us. That's it.
That was a clever answer. That was a clever answer. That's very clever. Now, you got to, just sidebar, you got to move your monitor that you put up in the air. Because when I'm talking and you're looking up in the air, it's like, what the hell is he doing? I know what you're doing. You just put a monitor up in the air. I know you have one hanging up top. So he's looking up top, people. He's not like looking up for my father to bless him. It just looks like if he's looking up to God. Oh, Lord, get me out of this one. I don't need this one.
I have the show on the big screen.
Yeah.
So I'm watching us on the big screen.
Which is way up there.
Yeah, it's above both of them.
That's the new one you just put up, right?
Yeah.
So what happens now? My concern is if you keep doing that, if you're going to end up pinching that nerve in the back of your neck.
Oh, it's already hurting my neck.
See that? Yeah, you got to cut that out. You got to, yeah, you got to realign this thing. Seriously. I mean, because it's not just this show that you monitor. So you gotta do some change around, man. I want to talk with you and not about you next week or two. Yeah, I keep looking over. I'm like, what the hell is Harry? Oh yeah, put up that new screen. Karek, what do you got?
I got nothing.
Thank God that was a rhetorical question. Hit me with some more ugliness.
National news / ugly headlines. New York City nurse arrested for allegedly stealing credit card off dying corona patient.
Stop.
NBC News reports.
Stop. Enunciate that again.
New York City nurse arrested for allegedly stealing credit card off dying coronavirus patient, NBC News reports.
Wow.
A nurse for a New York City hospital was arrested Thursday for allegedly stealing a dying coronavirus patient credit card and using it for gas and groceries. Wow. Danielle Conti, 43 years old, allegedly took the credit card from a patient while he was being treated during her work at Staten Island University Hospital, according to NYPD.
Did the patient die?
Yes, Anthony, can't pronounce that last name, 70 years old, died of COVID-19, the disease associated with the coronavirus, on April 12th after a week of treatment.
Wow. You got this nurse who's taking care of the sick and elderly. How many days?
A week after treatment.
Okay, see, he was there for 7 days. She's treating him. And then she shows up in the grocery store with his credit card. There's two ways to look at this. The way to look at it is she was being a thief, or either she was making sure she got paid that week. I don't know.
Well, the way I look at it is Darwin. Don't laugh before I say something, Joe. It's Darwinism, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Darwinism is survival of the fittest.
The fittest. I know what you mean. Oh, good. I'm glad you explained it. Yeah.
Yeah. So for her, he's not gonna need the credit card, but she needs it. So it's survival of the fittest. That's it. She outranks him.
Wow.
So here you got this 70-something-year-old man who passed away, and he shows up at the pearly gates, and here in St. Peter's, and that's gonna cost you $120, cash, credit, or check. I'm like, well, hold on. This guy up there at the pearly gates patting himself down. Where the hell's my credit card?
Even worse than that, Joe. Yeah. St. Peter's ain't gonna let him in because of his bad credit report, because she wouldn't bought stuff.
I just want to know what she bought.
Word.
Does it tell you,
gas. Grocery and gas.
Groceries and gas.
Like, I want to know what type. I want to know what type of groceries we're talking about.
Why, you planning to go over for dinner?
No, I just want to know what she bought. I gotta know what she bought, not like basic stuff. It's all about the details.
I guess it is, because if she took his credit card and gone to jail for oodles and noodles, there lies a problem.
Right.
But I mean, also we don't know what his dying wish was.
That's true.
Right? He could have said, "Take my credit card. Sell some groceries.
Spend up the money for my family. Get it."
Yeah. Did he come from a nursing home?
Nah, hospital.
No, he couldn't. Yeah, so he came through the door. He was like, "Don't trust my family. You hold on to this. I want you to have this." So before we jump to conclusion, you're right, Harry. Was that his dying wish? We'll never know, but
no. And let me just say this: I said it as a joke, but that's serious, because
that's serious.
We have issues right now. Both my my mother and my mother-in-law live in a senior assisted facility, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have issues because the freaking staff that's supposed to be taking care of, my mother-in-law, they be borrowing money from her.
They borrow money from her?
Yeah. That's insane. And
wait a minute, does she consciously, does she knows what's going on, or are they taking advantage of her?
Well, they're taking advantage of her, but
Hold on.
She gets.
No. You ain't getting away with that one. When's the last time you visit mom?
Oh, that's not fair.
Someone got you in your place.
I have a
Next.
issue. It's a real disorder. It's called out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Or you just don't want to drive. I'm gonna go. I don't want to drive and visit.
I'm quite sure if they park a Home Depot or one of your favorites, a Costco, right across the street from the nursing home, I guarantee you'll be right up in there every week.
There's a BJ gas station
in the parking lot waving at the building.
Joe, my mother and my mother-in-law are neighbors, right across from each other.
Mm-hmm.
My wife goes to visit her mother every week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I go maybe once a month, and they live.
There you have it.
Across from each other.
So mom is like, you guys get mad at the staff who's borrowing money from them, when really and truly, your mom is paying the staff for company. You don't recognize that. You need to get your behind over there. Go see mom.
That's different because
but first of all, let me ask you and mom were close. Were you guys close growing up?
I was a mama's boy.
And you can't take your behind over there to see your mom?
I'm a bad son. My sister takes care of her, goes every day.
That has nothing to do. My sister took care of mom all the time.
You would go every week if there was a BJ's gas station right next door to the retirement home.
You would. Yes, you would. You don't even need gas. You're just going over to BJ's gas.
Let me top off my car.
I was actually topping off my car yesterday. I didn't go visit mom.
You didn't put enough gas to go visit mom.
No, and my mother literally lives 5 minutes away from me.
What?
Jesus God.
It's not like I'm taking a trip. I'm a bad person.
No kidding.
I'm looking for a deep battery right now to throw at Harry.
I finally figure out why Harry don't like Don Jr.
What?
I finally figure out why Harry don't like Donald Trump Jr. Caught it?
Yep.
Do you know why?
No.
Harry wants to be Trump's son.
Oh wow. Harry got abandonment issues.
I'll take the bank account.
You got daddy issues.
Not mommy issues, but daddy issues.
You know, he got abandonment issues. You're right. He feel abandoned, so he abandoned his mom. Did Trump abandon you? Are you his bastard New York baby?
I'm waiting for that day when Trump's out of office and Harry's gonna be one sad boy.
I do have abandonment issues. My father did abandon me.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just an out of sight, out of mind person. If you're not in my face, it's hard for me to remember.
It's like me right now. If I one side of my mom, like there's one part of my mom's side I feel like I just don't want to talk to. They just they always miss out on everything, or they just don't show up. So I'm in no mood to talk to you.
There you go.
Why you don't like him, Trevor?
They always bail on everything. So I'm like,
you think they always bail on everything?
They really do.
They can't carry a goddamn conversation with you past the egos.
You can't carry a conversation that doesn't involve politics.
Exactly. You won't even try to cross the bridge and help them.
I go by Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
I go by Michael Jordan and say, politicians buy shoes too.
You got your family member. Meanwhile, they really like you, but they don't know how to greet. They don't know how to reach you. They gotta walk around with egos paraphernalia on a fishing hook.
No,
they gotta walk. They gotta hang it on a fishing hook in order to grab your attention.
No, they can come visit, man.
They wave a scoreboard in front of his face and be like, "What game was this?"
I know, yeah.
What game and what year?
What year? Go ahead. Start spinning it. See if he gets it. And we'll swing it side to side. I know he's gonna get this one.
Dude, they're over there doing Game of Fortune with this guy. My God.
Yeah, Trevor, you're a horrible son.
I'm proud of, I wear a badge of honor.
No, he's not a horrible son. He's a horrible family member. They all run from him.
Not really.
No.
Want to see your mother on Mother's Day?
I already got her a $200 gift. So.
Uh-oh. See that? That stimulus check is working.
Hold up. I thought COVID gave us an excuse not to get anything.
Yeah.
Man,
it's my gift for my mother. Just leave me alone.
I gotta write this down.
Oh, you guys are the worst.
Says the man who doesn't see his mother in the retirement home.
Who, me?
Ooh, Harry down below.
Oh,
the one that's 5 minutes away.
Ooh,
terrible guy.
5 minutes away, and he can't go see his mom. Gotta keep visiting your mom.
Do I visit my mom? No, I call her.
You don't call your mom, do you?
Yes, I call my mother. What's wrong with that?
When was the last time you called your mom?
I talked to her the
Be
other
honest.
day. Bro. Why?
The other day. Let me tell you guys something about Konica. Let me tell you something about Konica and the other day. Let me help you guys understand about Konica and the other day. Like Konica would tell you, yo, I just saw you the other day. Keep in mind, we've been doing this thing for remote since March.
Yeah, ever since I closed my gym down.
Ever since March, we've been doing this. But Konica was sweating his head.
6 weeks now.
That
7 weeks.
7 weeks. So Konica was sweating he just saw me the other day. Just because he sees me on this Jimmy wig here. Anyway,
Kinda
hit me with some more. That's not true, Konica? Really?
Kind of true.
Oh, okay. It's kind of true. Exactly. So when's the last time you visit mom? Well, not visit, but call her.
Probably like last week, something like that.
If he's saying there's something like that.
Oh my God.
Why you
something like that?
Us?
Oh no, I'm just in the mood.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
At least with the COVID, I've actually seen my brother, my sister, my mother more often.
You don't see your mother?
You don't see your mother.
I do, because I've actually, Zoomed them. So I do it like every Saturday night. I've been actually talking to them.
Are you part of those Zoom happy hours then?
Yeah, I can't lie. I started calling because of this too. I can't lie.
Yeah.
My father, everybody.
Yeah.
By the way, how is your dad doing?
Oh, you know him. He's still cracking jokes.
Oh, that's my dude. He is something, man. I love Konic's father. He's like one of the coolest guys. Oh my God. He's one of Bob and I, we get along. And it's crazy because I'm in between both of them. So it's like a weird relationship we got because Bob see me, I'm my little brother. And I look at Konica like he's my little brother. So, but we got this weird father, uncle, brother kind of like relationship that goes, well, not father, but an uncle brother relationship going on with Konica and I. And like I got like a brother. It's real weird. It's real. You should see us when the three of us, very few times, the three of us is in the same area. It's a weird thing to look at. Oh, it's weird as all hell. That's why we don't do it much often. I never forget. I go through my Facebook, and I saw Bob friend request me. I was like, what the hell did I do? Oh, there's something wrong. I'm being set up. Because
I still didn't accept his request, man.
No,
I'm petty like that. My mother and my father waiting for my request. For my response.
Good move.
That's ridiculous. Go ahead and accept it.
How's it ridiculous? It's a good move by Kotick.
Yeah, we don't need to be on Facebook together.
You're a bad son. You're a terrible son. You know what? Well, you guys had to be in something. I don't know. He found me. There goes this ugly man right here. Ching. Friend request. I called Kotick. I said, okay, what did I do? He goes, what? I said, Bob, just friend request me. He goes, what?
Word.
I had to ask quick, did I say something? But you know that, you know, man, true yachty, you know. And it's crazy because I knew Kotick's dad way back in the 70s. He's older than me, but I knew him way back from the 70s. It's weird. I told you, if you see the three of us around each other, it's the weirdest scene you ever seen.
It really is, though.
It is. Believe me.
Why is it so weird?
I tell you,
it just is.
It is. His father and I go through that brotherly relationship, but then Kotick shows up, and it's like there should be a father, but Kotick and I have this brotherly relationship, but it gets real. You should see it. It gets real weird, and it's like, you know, like he's cool. It's not like he have this, you're my son, act like a kind of relationship with Kotick. That's not what it is. But it just like, it gets real bad. So what we do, we all resort to jokes.
Of course, everything goes to jokes.
Yeah, everything goes to jokes, and that's when it gets real weirder. Because then, you know, think of Kotick, think of me, and then just kind of understand his father. Just imagine jokes just going around in a circle. It's
it jokes or insults?
Well, pretty much the same. In 5 minutes, the jokes were just circle real quick. And it's like, wow, man. And then Kotick would tell me, you know, Kotick had told me, Bob would do stuff that just remind me of stuff with Kotick, and I just look at it, just shake my head. Can I tell about when he came to inspect that house, Kotick?
Yeah. We working on the roof.
Oh, that
and
one.
I just see
that wasn't the one I was gonna tell, but that's okay, man.
Oh no, that one. No. That was on three of us. Yeah, no, that was better.
No, the one the house in Beaver Hill that he came out there with.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't talk about the one on Chapel Street. Oh, forget. Oh, that was totally hilarious.
Y'all must have had a good time.
Oh, it was just crazy. It was just crazy. The Chapel Street one was like the first time Kotick was ever early on anything. I was like, oh yeah, Bob's coming. That's why. Like, Kotick was like, yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny as all hell. Man, those are the days, man. Anyway,
right?
Yeah, moving right along. Hit me with some more ugliness. General Flynn, are we going to this or we're in business?
Business.
Harry, hit me with some business real quick, please.
And you skip right over me. That's cool.
Trevor, we talk sports. You missed it. All right, what
I'm going to throw myself on mute.
Trevor got problems.
No, Trevor's cussing me out right now. Oh, God, he's just going through it. He's like, you know, Joe, I'll jump off the back of a pickup truck with this haircut and shoot you.
Oh, I know you wanted to hear about Earl Thomas, and that was it, but we can do business.
But we'll talk about it. Jesus, relax.
Oh, that's a good story. So, yeah, let's do business, and then let's get to it.
I know. Why would I want to stick that and then have to cut it off? That's a good damn story. I know what I'm doing here, Trevor. I've been doing this way longer than you.
I'm just shaming you right now anyways. You got to
Never
do
works.
it sometimes.
Never works.
Oh, you got to do it
CNN business reporting the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P were all up last session. The Dow was up 211 points. NASDAQ 125 and the S&P was 32. Looking at the world markets right now, what are we looking at? Futures are looking good, except for London. That's the first. As of 7:40 a.m., you're looking at London is flat. All other markets are up. Japan, Hong Kong, Germany, they're all up. Big losers on the board, Lamb Western Holdings, Holly Frontier. Oh, yeah, Holly Frontier. We got Ventus Inc., Pfizer Inc., and CenturyLink Inc. They're all big losers on the board. Why is Pfizer down?
That's what I was just gonna say. That's a weird one.
Not enough blue pills.
Wow. You would think that blue pills are going off the shelf in this pandemic.
London's an early bank holiday. Early May bank holiday today.
You don't know?
No, May 8th. That's what for London, why it's flat. It's an early May bank holiday.
Oh, okay. All right. It's
Trevor jumps in with the weirdest things.
Yeah, he does. I didn't know what exactly he was saying. He said, did you hear him say London?
Yeah.
You heard him the first time?
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Did you hear London? Because I was like, what exactly is he saying? But now I get it. Okay. So commodities, you're looking at oil is up 25.09 a barrel. Gas is down. Gold, silver, corn, well, they're all up. And looking at copper is
up.
Copper is up. You want to know what these numbers mean? Certified financial advisor, baby. Get in contact. Get the right word on something. All right, Trevor. And first of all, we'll get back to sports. We'll get back to sports in a second. I'm just messing with you, Trevor. Go ahead. Hit me with the sports.
All right, I'm going to give you a little preference right now. Right now for the NFL, this is the most biggest off time between this and before the training camp. So this is when a lot of the stories go down. Earl Thomas of your Baltimore Ravens had his wife was arrested. His wife was arrested earlier last month in Texas after pointing a loaded gun at her husband's during an argument. Nina Thomas was arrested on April 13th in Austin and was charged for first-degree felony burglary of a residence with an intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon via the court documents obtained Thursday by ESPN. Nina Thomas told police that she confronted her husband after a rental home because she believed he was cheating on her.
So she showed up with a pistol?
Yes.
She shows up with a pistol because she thought her husband was cheating.
Yes. It gets better now.
No. Before we even let it get better, I want to address that one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
She shows up with a pistol at the residence because she thought her husband was cheating. Fellas, work with me. If that was a guy who showed up at a residence with a pistol because he thought his wife was cheating, what would this story be?
Here's the gun. Joe.
Go. Yeah, okay. Look at that. So hit me with this here. Fill me in here with this story here. Give me the rest of it.
This gun, like the gun that she was using, was a 9mm Beretta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was ready for war.
She shows up with a 9mm Beretta.
Wow.
And she is like ready for war, like Rob Nice just highlighted. And I want to know, help me if I'm wrong here. I'll shut up. But if that was a guy who showed up at his wife's house, I don't care how you slice it. This is domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all day.
Harry, what the hell are you doing?
Gang signs, no. WNHHLP 103.5 FM.
Thank you, sir.
She told police she used Snapchat to track Earl to the rental home.
Wow, that's right. Snapchat.
Did you say Earl?
Yes, Earl Thomas, yes. And brought two other women with her and found her husband and his brother in separate bedrooms with two other women. So I like to say this. So she probably had her husband and her brother on the Snapchat map, which is never good to have.
Was it her brother or her brother-in-law?
Earl Thomas's brother.
Yeah, which is her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had her brother her husband and her brother-in-law, following them around. Look at them. Look at them. Them Thomas brothers think I cook for him. I clean for him. Who's this he in there with? Oh, you know it was pure hell if it was a white chick. Oh, man.
One officer reviewed the cell phone video footage that shows Nina Thomas placing Earl's 9mm Beretta less than a foot away from her husband's head with the safety disengaged and her finger on the trigger.
Wait a minute. The cops walked in?
Yeah, one of the officers viewed the cell phone video. And stuff.
The cell phone.
Okay, cell phone video. Oh, so she was recording this action.
The homegirls were.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
God, guessing. I'm just guessing.
You know, I'm like, yeah, well, they had to. She ain't taking no selfie with no gun out to no dude's head.
Joe, what time is Sam supposed to show up?
Is he there now?
No. I just
15.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in shock with this. I'm in total, oh my goodness. Now I saw a video, I don't know if it was staged or not, but I saw a video online where a chick found her man cheating on her. She pulled a pistol on him and she started shooting up the place. The thing went off and she didn't care. She's like, this is what you want? You want him? You want him? And she points the gun down to his private areas. And I'm like, yikes. Next thing, the thing went off and this guy's holding him. I don't know if it was staged, but I've been waiting to hear the story. I didn't even look it up to see if it was a real story or not, because my only thought was, somebody gonna try this. If this ain't real, someone gonna try this. I'm just moving on. Like right now, there's some videos that you see online that you just gotta leave the hell alone. Oh my God. Hit me.
It gets even better.
This is what happens when you give your wife the code to the gun lock safe, right? So you don't want to go down with your own gun pointed at your head, right?
That's the worst situation ever.
Yeah.
So you want her? You want her to have hers hidden off somewhere else in the house?
Well, that's it. If just don't go and buy his.
Give her one at all.
Don't go buy his and hers guns. You go buy your gun. If she wants a gun, let her go buy her own gun.
Wow. Nina Thomas told the police she had called the other women to help confront her husband and took his handgun with an intent to, quote unquote, scare him, according to the document.
She scared him, all right. You woke up next to somebody, you in bed with somebody else, and your wife got a gun pointing at you, you're scared. Even if she didn't have a gun pointed at you, you're like, oh man, my life as I know it is done.
Yep.
It's over. So that's a scary moment all on its own, because
the thing is, if you're a gun person,
yeah,
your eye goes straight to the safety. So you know if it's
exactly.
That's right.
You are not lying, Harry. That is the first thing that you look at. Is this thing safe? Or how far is that thumb away from flicking it to off? If you see the thumb wrapped around the butt of the weapon, you're still in that.
And the thing is also the finger. You don't want that finger on the trigger. It should be above. So if the finger's on the trigger and the safety is off, you know that a mistake could happen.
Absolute.
Absolutely. And this is Earl Thomas's second year of his new 4-year deal he just got with the Baltimore Ravens too. So, and the Ravens are known for are pro against domestic violence. So this is
right. What about Ray Lewis?
Hey, allegedly. Courts say allegedly he's not guilty.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. At least Ray Rice is behind real quick.
You have to say allegedly. Ray Lewis, you have to say. But who was the running back that beat him?
Ray Rice.
Yeah. He beat his wife in the elevator with in the video.
On video that got released, and he got cut immediately.
Yeah.
Was he with Baltimore too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something in the water.
So Steve McNair, 10 years ago, I think. He was a quarterback there, and he was cheating on his wife, but then the mistress ended up killing Steve McNair. And then,
oh my goodness,
I think she killed herself too right after.
I forgot about that story. Good job, T. Higgs.
Wow. So the mistress showed up. Who was it that offered him, the mistress or the wife killer?
I'm pretty sure it was the mistress.
The mistress killed the husband and wife?
No, just Steve McNair.
And then
she killed herself. Yeah.
Wow.
This is the thing. You got to make sure that the side piece knows they're a side piece.
Yeah, you know, but that's the whole thing. These guys like to put the side piece in the middle of the plate.
Oh, no.
Excuse me. Guys are messy, man. Messy.
Only in Texas right now. We get all the wild stories right now.
And that's in both directions. Ladies, you know, chicks with the dudes in place. A dude was stalker, but then you know, like we used to say on this show, Kadik, remember? If the wind is not blowing outside, but your lawn is all the grass and trees are moving, chances are you got yourself a stalker. And if it's more than one piece moving and there ain't no wind blowing, or they bought backup.
They got an army.
If you ain't a drug dealer and the same car keep rolling by your house over and over, looking at, chances are you got a stalker. I'm just saying. These things happen. You see a car keep, what you talking to me like this for? Anyone restraining orders? Anyone ever had to get one?
No, I don't want to fill one out. That's the thing.
I should have.
Oh yeah, you should. Oh yes, you should. And it's crazy because no. I warned you. Didn't I warn you on that?
I don't know.
Did I tell you get a restraining order? I've been through this. I've seen how this ends. Get a restraining order.
No, you tell me stuff like jump fences and just go crazy.
But no, that's another story. Don't start that. That's a total different story now. Let's not conflate now.
Hey, Joe, I got one more for you. It's related to COVID-19. The Pittsburgh sports leaders donate coronavirus vaccine research. Pittsburgh's college and pro teams have donated $800,000 to the University of Pittsburgh's nationally renowned Center of Vaccine Research, which is working to create a vaccine for coronavirus. Pitt football coach Pat Narduzzi, men's basketball coach Jeff Capel, women's basketball coach Lance White, and athletics director Heather Lyke donated a combined $500,000. The Pittsburgh Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers each donated $100,000.
So let me make sure I understand this. You got the coaches donated $500,000.
Yes, from University of Pittsburgh.
Okay, $500,000 to the University of Pittsburgh, right? Correct?
Yes.
That's a state school?
I believe that is. I know Penn State's a state school. I don't know
Penn State is. But it's Pittsburgh, a state school as well.
I'll check.
And the reason why I want to know this is, well, first of all, $500,000. These coaches donate back to COVID-19, which is a good gesture. Then I want to know why athletes are not being paid, college athletes. I want to know why college athletes are not being paid. Well, you're a sports guy, right, Trevor? What do you think about college athletes being paid?
I am all for it and give them their likeness. I just think the NCAA is more corrupt like FIFA.
You want to call it corrupt or plantation? Well, it's the same.
I go by corruption. FIFA and
NCAA. The word plantation scare you? Go ahead.
No, I don't like to use the word plantation. I let you guys use that.
But why? Why would you let us? Why you got a problem using it?
That's a good point, Joe. He should stay in his lane. But But by the way, Trevor, there's a comment on Facebook.
We're just gonna.
Somebody says I think I saw that Trevor guy in Charlottesville.
Oh no!
Did you tell that guy to kick rocks?
Oh man!
Because you got the wrong person.
Oh man!
That's rough.
Look at T. Hayes laughing.
Well, I saw it. I just didn't know how to bring it up.
I didn't want no white on white crime.
All right, full disclosure. That's coming from one of my accounts.
I'm gonna slap you silly one day once we get back to the studio.
Harry is the worst.
He's crazy.
One of my 6 accounts.
What is that? Your burner account? Like Kevin Durant?
No, that's my legit account, but I got a couple of burners.
Idiot. You don't take those comments with your main account. You gotta do it with your burner account.
I know.
So anyway, here we go.
Oh my God, Harry's nuts. Yeah, burner accounts. I can only just imagine what are the profiles. You know, he'd be living like 3 different lives.
Well, one of them is European, and the other one is Dominican.
I'm done with you.
Anyway,
I'm like, oh my God! All right, so business
too
news.
much already.
So I want to get back to this football thing before Sam Rosick start knocking on the door. But here's the deal: college athletes, why I think that they should be paid. Well, we all know why they should be paid. And there's a process that I would say that could easily be put in place for those who are saying that they're getting a college education, so therefore they're all good. No, they're not all good. No, they're not all good. They're bringing in millions of dollars to those universities, millions. And people have to realize you're doing more than just, it's more than, it's an unequal trade, totally unequal. So how about if these colleges set aside $10,000 a year for the college athletes? So at the end of that, your 4-year, if you stay there 4 years, you don't go pro, you get your 40, or even 20,000 a piece, you get $80,000. $80,000 will help you start paying off your college. Well, you don't have college loans.
No, you're not gonna have any college loans. You get a scholarship.
Yeah, right, but it will put you in a good position to advance. It will put you in a good position to advance. If you really and truly call yourself a place for higher learning, well, what is the purpose of higher learning if it's not going to do anything for you? Why am I getting this echo?
I don't know. I'm more for you. It's like all the basketball and football and baseball for me are like the 3 sports you should get paid for. Like the main big ones, especially. Because a lot like for example, LSU football brings in so much money, and it helps all funds all the other programs.
Right. So these programs, when you're looking at those big 3, like you just said, they should be. Those players should get compensated by a form of $20,000 to $40,000 a year. It's put into an account. I don't care if it's an escrow account. They don't have to gain interest.
Don't do escrow. Don't do escrow.
No, but here's the deal. If you get an NBA contract or a football contract or a Major League Baseball contract, the money goes back in the pile. I don't have a problem with that at all. Mr. Samuel T. Rossley is here with us. How are you? Good morning, sir. Could you turn the light on in the room? No, you got to hit your own. You can't hear us. You got to hit
his audio is off.
You got to hit that microphone down at the bottom.
He can't hear you because his audio's off.
Oh, he didn't put the audio?
Yeah, now he's connecting.
He's connecting the audio. Okay.
But by the way, that college get the college players getting paid. I think there has to be some type of structure because There has to be a value system because some college players are worth more than others.
Okay, one could say that, but I don't want to make that too much of a thing because
I see that point totally, but I think it needs to be a cap for each one.
Yeah, but here's what's going to happen if you do that. Now you're going to get a whole bunch of players gunning and running.
No, I got a better idea. You know how like
running and gunning. Go ahead.
You do this for recruiting. You do like a bidding war for it.
See, there lies the problem. Anytime that you put a kind of a war of any type into the equation, it's going to be a problem. Can Sam Russley hear us yet?
I can.
Good. You need to turn a light on. We can't see you.
That's good.
I don't know how good it is.
I know.
Right, Reverend Minister, Pastor, Counselor.
I know how good it is.
I know. It's not a good thing at all. Turn the damn light on, please.
Who needs to see me?
I do.
It's a radio show.
No, people, come on, man. People need to see you. Turn on some kind of lights. You look like
the radio star.
There you go. Geez, some type of light. Man, and then it's there you go. There you go. The Right Reverend Minister, Pastor, Counselor, my brother, Samuel T. Russley, and the T stands for Leroy, the T silent. And that will never get old. Never. So anyway,
you got a bunch of confused white boys right now.
Oh, absolutely. Look at him. I love it. He just goes straight to it. Got a whole bunch of confused white boys right now.
Can I give a picture like Kotick?
If you want to look like Duck Eye down there, you go right ahead.
If you want me on the cover at new Akon cover, go for it.
Of course, I'm not gonna look like him, but I can give a picture, and then I can just do a recording and hit the button maybe every now and time I want to say something or I want something said. It doesn't have to be contemporaries with the conversation or contextual.
But that's the problem. Exactly. We need it to be contemporaries with the conversation because otherwise you will run a total amok. We don't need that.
No, all of a sudden y'all needed to be contemporaries with. I don't.
That's a good point because every once in a while Trevor just throws something right in there that had nothing to do with it. Way to go, Trev.
How are you?
So Samuel T. Russley is in the building, and I wanted to talk with you about a few things. First of all, you have, before we go deep diving into the big topic of the day, you have your soup kitchen that is at Emmanuel Baptist Church. It's not yours, but your church runs a soup kitchen and a pantry. Tell us about what's going on with that in this COVID-19 environment, sir. Go.
First of all,
yes,
everything that happens at Emmanuel is mine.
Talk about it.
It was not.
No. So
you sound familiar. You sound familiar.
The soup kitchen actually has been running since the early 90s, somewhere around the early 90s. So it was about a decade before I got to Emmanuel. Operates on Sunday. Right now we're serving starting at about 11:30 or 11 o'clock. Yeah, we go from 11 to 2. And people need to know those times because a whole lot of people showed up Sunday. You know, we had given out all the food and they were upset. When the food is gone, the food is gone. So it's every Sunday. We at this point we usually bring them up into the what we call our upstairs fellowship hall. They sit down, a whole thing on the table, tablecloth, whole 9 yards, and we feed. Now because of the virus, we are in gloves and masks, and the food is in a plastic bag, and we're serving it at the door.
Okay.
It's our main door, really, but it's the back door of the church. Because where our main parking lot is, where so many people use it. But so we bring the food down on a cart, rolling cart, put it on an elevator, bring it down, bam, we serve it at the door. Every Sunday we have never closed. That soup kitchen has never closed. Even when we had snow days and the church closed, soup kitchen was still open. Holidays, soup kitchen still open. because those, I mean, hungry people, you know, they're hungry every day. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we only do it on Sundays, but you know, just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that people don't want to eat.
Right.
So the soup
Well,
kitchen is never closed. The food pantry serves once a month, but the food pantry is groceries. We get food from both situations. We get food from Connecticut Food Bank. We get donations for the soup kitchen a lot. Now the soup kitchen is a cooked meal. So that's a cooked meal. So the food pantry is groceries. And we, again, usually we bring them in. We have the food set around the tables in the lower fellowship hall. They come in and they basically shop. I mean, they're not paying, but they, you know, pick up what they want. We have to have limitations on, you know, you can get one of these or two of these or whatever, but they determine what they want. We can't do that right now. So we're actually bagging this stuff up, which is a much more difficult situation. But we're bagging the food up. And last month, the end of last month, we literally served 500 bags of groceries. Yeah. I can't hear you. Yeah, okay, yeah. And they basically shop. I mean, they're not paying, but they, you know, pick up what they want. We have to have limitations on, you know, you can get one of these or two of these or whatever, but they determine what they want. Why am I behind right now? So we're actually bagging this stuff up, which is a much more difficult situation. But we're bagging the food up. And last month, the end of last month, we literally served 500 bags of groceries.
Why is this on replay?
Huh? That's a replay?
It sounded as if it was on replay.
Yeah, it was a replay. It was actually what I just said. I don't know why.
Okay, it's catching up on the FM. The FM is being played back.
Oh, tell your tech guys to do what they're supposed to do right. Anyway, so but also last month before we actually served the food, we had this very unique and unusual situation. There was this brother driving a truck full of meat from California to Philly. When he got to Philly, he's supposed to driving the meat for Sam's Club. He got there and it wouldn't scan on their scanner. If that happens, the store can't take the food, can't take the meat. So he didn't want to throw it away, which was his other option, just throw it away. He has a daughter who's an AKA. He called her. She called Dory Dumas, who is an AKA, and Dory had volunteered and helped serve in our food pantry. So she called us. We got about $10,000 worth of meat.
Wow.
That we served in the last at the last food pantry.
Last Supper.
That's awesome.
No,
you guys did the Last Supper.
There's gonna be a supper Sunday. And not but we got about $10,000 worth of meat, and I think that contributed to why we're able to serve so many bags of groceries on last time. But 5.
So is that what the IBC food pantry is showing pictures right there? We're showing pictures right now.
Yeah, that's what usually happens. The food on the table, that sort of thing.
Okay. Wow, you guys have. I'm looking at the pictures here, and you guys have trays of containers of eggs.
Yes, I mean, wow, it's a lot of food, and see how that thing goes around. So they start from one end, and people come with their bags and their whatever they have carry, and they choose what they want. Again, you know, we have to make decisions about how many they can take of this or that, so we have enough to give out.
Look like they have a big group over there supporting it.
Yeah, I go every now and again. No, that's I can't remember which one this is. That's one of them. But anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, that happens every month. The pantry, the soup kitchen is every.
Wow, and it comes in on pallets.
Yes, they bring Connecticut Food brings lots of food. They bring every other Wednesday. I think they bring food because they can't bring everything at the same time because like the perishables, we don't have a whole lot of space for the perishables. Right. So they have to bring that closer to the time that we're actually serving the food.
Now, here's what I want to highlight. I look on television and I see a lot of pantries across the country, and they have long lines around. With some places in Pittsburgh, I think it was, they had 2 mile lines waiting for food from the pantry. Because of COVID-19, have you seen an increase? What does the line look like at your pantry?
Well, the line is necessarily long, and this is why at this particular point we still have to do social distancing. So I didn't go this week, last time that we served, but I went the month before, and I don't know what happened, but I thought they said they were going to start at 5:00 a.m. So I roll up at 5:15 thinking I'm late, and there were people already in line.
Wow.
No one from the food pantry was there except me, but
there were people
already
waiting
in line. So we already got spacing on the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
For the distancing, right? And then a space where after people get their food, there's another space we got marked out where they can go and get themselves together, put their stuff in their little carts or whatever they're doing.
How do people get the word out about the pantry having food, and when is it served and that stuff? I know you could give that, but I'm talking in past tense right now. How do people find out about this?
People who use these kinds of things, I'm going to sneeze at some point here, are aware of what's happening and where it's happening. So our regulars, they know when we're going to do this.
Okay.
And then the word gets passed out. It's also, I think it's on. I knew that was.
COVID in that place. Go ahead.
Listen there. Well, I'm here alone, so it doesn't matter. I knew it was gonna. So the word get passed out. I think it's on the information. 211.
Oh, okay.
Information. I think it's on there. That we're doing this in times. We always tell the pantry folk, what our next. Because for last time, for example, we did Friday and Saturday. This time we're only doing Saturday.
No, why is that?
You know what? I'm not exactly. Listen, when I go to work with the food pantry or the soup kitchen, quite frankly, I cease to be the pastor. I'm a worker bee. So,
awesome.
Well, this is. I mean, as the leader, whatever you want to call it, of the church. My philosophy has always been: get the best people, put them in position, and let them do what they do. So I don't try to run those things, and they say, this is what we're doing. I show up. If I'm helping, I show up when they say show up.
Well, actually, your church, you have a big pot to pick from. You have a strong group to pick from.
Yes, but sometimes it's necessary to move people and put other people in place and that sort of thing. I had to do that with food pantry a few years back, and the sister who's running it now, I mean, she's a general. You see her at church.
Yeah,
she is calm and nice and quiet and holding the hymn book, and you could barely hear her singing, whatever. She get to that food pantry. All right, I need y'all to move. Reverend, move them trays from there and put them over there now. Let's go.
She turned into General Henry.
Yes, but she is efficient, and she knows what she's doing. So when we finish on Saturday serving food, I mean, we got bags and bags of groceries in our chapel right now, right? And that's what we're serving out of. But when by the time we're done, everything is done. The pallets are put away. The refrigerators are put away that we brought upstairs with the perishables in there. We are serving food and cleaning up at the same time. So it's not like we're there 2 hours after we finish serving.
And this is
we may be there 15 minutes.
And that's her logistics at best.
Exactly. She knows exactly.
Now I mentioned General Henry.
Interestingly enough, her husband was in the Air Force, which is not the real military, but she still knows what she's doing.
I mentioned General Henry, and in case you guys don't know who General Henry is, I'm not talking about you, Sam. In case the listeners don't know who he is, General Henry is the guy who Well, it was the best decision George W. Bush ever made, and as far as logistics, especially when it came around Katrina. They brought in General Henry, and he was the guy who he got the logistics not only on the ground, but he executed so awesome. It was he put it in place, and if you understand what that was all about, I'll never forget watching a documentary. I'm not going to shift too far on this. I remember watching a documentary about New Orleans, and the way they took they got the shot of him rolling around the corner on the back of that deuce and a half.
Yep.
And had them boys with weapons. He told New Orleans cops, lower your weapon, because anyone who came down certain streets that they were holding down, they weren't like. He told them lower their weapon. They wanted the cop still had his weapon up. He said, lower that weapon or I have it lowered for you.
Henry was no joke.
Now you have a connection to him.
I went to school. I was actually a roommate with his nephew. Because I roomed with 3 law students. He was at the law school. So he did a video. They had a video with him talking about this whole COVID thing, right? And somebody posted the video.
General Henry.
Right, and I wrote on there. Yes, my favorite Henry.
Okay.
And his cousin, his nephew came and was like, yeah. Like, what? Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by he's your favorite Henry?
He's
General Henry. You know, and it's crazy that you mentioned him on this this COVID situation, and he was on, I can't remember what network I was watching him on, but he just explained basic logistics on how to handle getting all the equipment to the states from a federal level.
Yep.
This guy, you got to understand, he saved lives when we were in Iraq, different wars, because of his logistics skills.
Mm-hmm.
He saved lives. You got to understand how he operates. General Henry was the best. I'm glad you mentioned him. He made my day. Moving right along, we have the story at hand, which is the young man out of Georgia was jogging, out taking a jog. I'm quite sure you've seen the video. And was shot by these 2 individuals back in February, by the way. Finally, yesterday, one day after, which was on Wednesday, the GBI, which is Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they took over the case and started looking into it. And one day later, they were able to find this guy guilty. And none of this would have come to focus, as I said earlier, because it wasn't for the community consistently pushing this story. Your thoughts?
They haven't gone to court yet, have they? I mean, they arrested them. But
No,
they haven't.
Right, correct.
Yeah, they arrested
I saw.
them.
They just made an arrest.
I didn't know that this happened back in February.
Yes.
Wow.
This happened, but February 23rd, I believe it was.
Wow.
And it was just going around and that going around. People were talking about it. People kept talking about it. But the video just surfaced.
The video just surfaced. Okay.
The video just surfaced. And I don't know why the video just surfaced. I don't know if somebody's conscience is just bothering them to the point of where they were like, oh no, this got to get out there. Because all of a sudden the video surfaced, and the video was taken by someone who was driving down the street, watching the whole thing go down. I believe the person was with the father and son.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was like with them or something.
He was with them, but he took a video, and the question becomes, what did he really take the video for in the first place? Which I'm glad he did, by the way.
You know, but some people just have those things on their car.
No, it was a phone video. It was a cell phone video.
Oh, I don't know.
Cell phone video. This is why I was asking why.
Wow.
You know, but this story is just evolving more and more every day. Yeah. And I could just hear those who are saying that they can see on the video where this young man went behind a truck and he came out and he was swinging. And my pushback, I know that they're going to try to use the violent tag on him, You know, the violent black guy tag is going to be used sooner or later. It's coming. But my pushback is long before it even starts with that nonsense. Is somebody's pointing a weapon. We do see two individuals on a truck with weapons, and they did remove 3 weapons from the scene, 2 shotguns and a handgun. So my point becomes, okay, if you got someone with weapons chasing you down, asking you what the hell you're doing here, ain't gonna probably tell you get on the ground. I don't know what the conversation was. We don't know. We probably will never know. But based on what these guys are, their stories has changed like about 7, 8 times so far. Who knows what's going to be the new story of the day? My thoughts on that is, well, maybe they were threatening this guy. Tell him get on the ground or something. What's your first instinct? To probably swing, and that's probably what we saw in the video. But the bottom line is there's 2 individuals there with weapons, period. There's 1 individual without, and the person without it got shot. So let's move on. Let's hit it from there. Do you have a dog in the fight, sir?
This is not dissimilar from I think it was either Alabama, Mississippi. I think it was Alabama. Back in the 60s. This brother was running down the sidewalk. A white guy sitting on his porch gets up. He sees the guy running towards them. Gets up, gets his gun, and as the guy passes him, he shoots him in the back and kills him. His defense was, and he was never arrested, never tried, never convicted. And he said, I saw a nigga running. He must have done something.
Jesus.
That's exactly the first thing I thought about when I saw this. I didn't watch the entire video, quite frankly. And I've stopped watching videos like that because I'm tired of seeing black bodies
dropping.
Yes, just, handled in these ways, killed and murdered and that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, for me, you remember this old tactic they used to have, they say like the defense attorney would bring out the dead body or the brutal scene or whatever that their client is on trial for, and put it in front of the jury the first day.
Right.
So by the time they go into the jury room, they're desensitized. If that comes on like the day before they go on, the day of, they're horrified and they're taking that horror with them. I stopped watching those kind of things because I don't want to be desensitized to them.
Right.
And that kind of thing. Why these guys were out there with these guns, why they, confronted this guy. He obviously did not attack them or whatever. There's a story going around, or the latest that I heard was that there was somebody who was breaking into houses or whatever.
Right.
But
why he's black in a white neighborhood, so you got to be breaking in.
Right, you got to be doing something. Right,
you got to be doing something.
The nigga was running. He must have been doing something. But here's the thing: why are these civilians running around with these weapons like this? And what makes them think that they have been deputized? In those situations. This is the same thing with these people going up to the state house and that kind of stuff. The races in the White House, they're really good people. They're protesting. You're protesting the opening of the state. What is a weapon? What does the weapon have to do with that at all? Right. But Kaepernick kneeling peacefully and threatening no one is a thug, is unpatriotic, and first of all, why even try to apply that term to black people? What the hell do we have to be patriotic about in this country? But we have it. But we don't necessarily need to be and have to be. But anyway, these guys are coming in there with weapons and AK-47 for what? What does this protest have to do with an AK-47? You don't want to wear your mask? Take your damn mask off.
I was told on the show that it is their expressing their rights, their freedom. And I'm like, well, then show up with your voter ID card. You want to express your right, show up with your voter. To which Kotick, of course, laughed at me and told me that I'm going to show up and I'm going to show up to the war with my voter ID card. And that's when I realized, that's when I had to say exactly my point. They're not there because they want to protest in peace. They're there because they want to start a war.
Right. But here's the thing. You can say it's their right, but you still haven't answered the question that I'm posing. Why is this necessary for this protest? I mean, it's my right to carry my bicycle down there. Why don't they do that?
I answered it. Huh? They're there because they're ready to try to take over the government. That's what it is. And
I know what you're saying. No. I know what you're saying.
More than just what I'm saying. To back it up is when I look at Michigan in a cold day, you got individuals walking around with Hawaiian shirts at a rally. Well, in case you don't know, that's the Boogaloo Boys off the movie Electric Boogaloo, who now starts. They want the big luau, and the Hawaiian shirt is a symbol of the big luau to take over government, so you can have full autonomy over blacks and Muslims. I got it. I understand the whole white supremacist movement. I get it.
That's
the why. The why there is to try to take over government. That's why they were in the hall.
Joe, there's a difference between you pulling together all the elements and coming up with a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear what they are saying.
Okay, that's fine.
Because they are not going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they using as a cover for what they're actually doing?
Right.
Okay. And who you going to shoot? You going to go in there and shoot everybody in the legislature and all of a sudden become the state senator? The governor?
Correct.
Who are you going to shoot in that situation? These are a bunch of guys who couldn't get on the police force, too scared to go into the military, where if you shoot, somebody's shooting back at your behind. But you want to walk around looking like a badass because you got a weapon.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yep.
I agree with you 100%. You know, you say these people, you know, they are, what is it really? Oh, gosh. Some of them, if they serve the military, they really didn't do much more than clean their weapons. You know,
I don't know if they are illegal.
Harry asked the question: is AK is illegal? But automatic weapons. That's what he was highlighting. Harry, automatic weapons, which you don't need.
Who's made them illegal? I mean,
I don't know.
Which one of these Republicans has the testicular fortitude to stand up against the NRA?
Trevor, look that up, please. Are you looking it up?
Oh, wow.
Trevor? T. Higgs. That's who I'm talking to. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, dude, give me a wave or something. I didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, so, you know, who
AK-47 is illegal.
I'm trying to find it.
I don't think
I didn't know that.
I don't think they made any of these weapons illegal.
I think you could go get a old Pittsburgh steel built in whenever old fire and blow your hands off weapon, and it's still legal in the U.S.
Yeah.
So in Connecticut, they are not legal. California, also New York, New Jersey.
Also in certain states, it's not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain states can do things.
Oh, okay.
But he said in this country.
Right, I know. He said in the U.S.
And where are they in Michigan and where in Kentucky?
Right.
Yeah, so they haven't made them illegal, have they?
And you know, I love it when people say, "Oh, I need it for hunting." Hunting what?
Right.
Hunting what?
We know what hunting.
They're technically illegal if you owned it before 1986. Your grandfathered in. But yeah, they're technically illegal.
But technically, what if you're in Michigan?
Well,
it's not. Michigan is not on the list.
Well, the 1986, when Congress passed the Firearm Owners Protection Act, they made fully automatic weapons illegal. But they put that little stipulation that if you owned it before 1986, you're able to keep them.
Wow. And what about if you're too old now to be holding it? What, do you get to pass it on to your kids?
Now that federal law has nothing to do with the state laws that are passed. Like, if you live in Connecticut, you can't have it at all. You're not grandfathered in Connecticut, depending on the state law. So, anyway, but yeah, it is possible that these people did own them before 1986 and are driving around in their trucks.
If they own them before 86, how old are they now? In their damn 60s minimum. They need to knock it off. That's what they need to do. They're in their late 50s, early 60s, and they're running around with damn guns, you know, that they probably fire and blow up, they'll shoot up the whole neighborhood by accident. Because they don't, you know, oh gosh. Just because your pill didn't kick in.
There are 630,000 of these guns in circulation in the United States.
How many?
630,000.
630,000 of these things are in circulation. So, oh my goodness. But when they say they're in circulation, now you may be illegal to have them. People still got them.
Yeah,
they're still out there.
Yeah, you figure these, if they're in circulation, they have to be grandfathered in, right? So.
But if you're walking around in public with one of these, what, do you have the papers that show that you bought it before 86 or something?
Well, it would depend on the state. Like in Connecticut, you can't have it at
right,
all.
But I'm saying, you know, in the other places or whatever, so where it's supposed to be legal, do you have to have the papers that say bought it?
Who knows? There could be a hillbilly nod, you know.
We're talking with the Right Reverend Minister Pastor Samuel T. Rossley. The next time, he mentioned earlier about the soup kitchen as well as the food pantry that is operated by his church, Emmanuel Baptist Church, here on Chapel Street in the city of New Haven. And the next meal will be served on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And what is the time you said, sir?
11 to 2.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can get a meal if you're up. You can hear my voice. And if you know someone that you don't need a meal, head on over there. I give mass shout outs and props to you and your organization, who have any organization that's giving back to community at the rate that you guys do. You guys are leaders in the community for doing this. And there are a lot of other Black churches. I don't know. I'm quite sure they do something, but I like what you guys do as far as feeding those who needs to be fed. Thank you very much.
I don't know if the good reverend is doing everything right, because that darkness is coming again.
He wants to hold on to his Blackness, baby.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what the hell is going on, man. You got a light issue.
No.
Yeah.
Caleb has a light issue. I'm dark.
Caleb has a light issue.
Mellow yellow, baby.
Mellow yellow.
Where's Connie? Connie ain't said nothing since I've been on.
I'm right here, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay. Stop talking, Connie, because I'm trying to see if I can get this picture. Brother DJ.
Brother Pastor.
Brother DJ, what's up?
How you doing this
I've been
morning?
called Brother Pastor for 25 years. You just been called Brother DJ for like the last, 6 months?
I gotta put it on the shirt.
There you go. That's a real thing in the Black church. Yo, Brother Pastor, can I talk to you for a minute? No.
I don't know, Brother Plumber. You need to go talk to Brother Electrician and start a company together, Brother Plumber. I'm gonna be over here somewhere.
Wow. Okay.
Brother Pastor gonna be over here praying for y'all business. Go ahead. Listen, man. Hey, once again, I thank you very much for coming through. I might come by your church today. I'm going to be out with Caleb and Rob Nice as we do the 2020 census awareness. But all of a sudden, that beautiful sunlight that I woke up to this morning is all gone. It looked like it's about to rain, and I can't have rain on the equipment, so we'll have to make a call on this situation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a call right after the show
to make sure that we're still doing this, because we're going to have electronic equipment. We want to make sure that we do it right. Okay, people. That said, I say to you,
my little weather report saying it's going to rain. It had 60% chance of rain at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but it starts like about 11, like 40%.
Well, it's getting
30%.
cloudy. That's why the darkness came. It's cloudy now until 12. 6% at 1, 70% at 2, drops at 50%.
Well, it's going to be pouring. That's pouring down rain. Mm-hmm. When you get 70%, it's pouring at that point. But we have equipment. Just drizzle can mess it up. You know, so we got to take that into consideration.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, right. All right, so yeah.
Just a simple drizzle can mess things up. Well, we'll know. Listen, we're gonna be out and about. If it's not today, it's gonna be one of these days. We've been trying to do this since the first of May.
Yeah.
I thought April showers bring May flowers, but by God, this is not working. Actually, it was supposed to be back in April we were gonna do it. Then we moved it to May 1st, and then we moved it to today. And I hate to have to move it again, but every time it's a rain out for the last 3 Fridays.
That's God telling you something.
You know, I'm starting to believe that.
I know you and Caleb done hooked up hands with the governments with all this stuff. You know, don't bring that stuff to my church. This political stuff that happens at Emmanuel, I do it. Me talking about them very badly.
Oh man! Shout out to James Gibson, my man. Today's his birthday. Also to my man James Gannum. Today is his birthday as well. The fun guy, the accountant, James. That's the other James. James Manning, rather. Excuse me. He is the finance guy. Remember the guy who used to be down the hall from us, Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's his birthday. Just got a notification. So if you're my Facebook click, you got a birthday coming up, I might give you a shout out. That's the way it is. All right. Talk to you guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Right Reverend Minister, Pastor, Counselor. It's always good having you on board with us. Definitely. And I'm going to shout out to my crew. Good morning to you. Harry, are we on clock yet? I'm watching 53. Or should we run?
You 53. I'm good. I got to go put on some pants. Talk to y'all later.
The show pantsless. Yes.
Oh man,
that's my guy.
Oh my goodness, Samuel T. Rossley in the building. Well, was in the building. All right, people. We'll talk with you guys on Monday morning, 7 a.m. to 9. And
stay safe out there.
Really, stay real safe.
It's supposed to snow this weekend, I heard.
Yeah. I God dog it, man. I didn't want to even think of it. I was trying to avoid that story for the longest. All right, we're up out of here. Stay connected. WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Of course, we stream live on independent radio for independent listeners.
1994, I'm off the porch, sipping 40 ounces with my dogs. Going half on nickel bags of funk. That was back when I believed in luck. Yeah. Running off at the mouth could get you. But back then all it did was get you jumped. Pants rubbing and humping's 88. I'm getting older now. Yeah, watching older figure throwing rims up on his truck. I was fascinated how he's getting all his stuff. Heard he died on the dance floor, doing the butt. They was shooting up the party, screaming, "You better duck." And I couldn't get enough, cause apparently I'm stuck. Just pay me what you owe me, never can I get a buck. And I'm arrogant as I tell you, look, life is a game of spades and it's played by the book, yup. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming from my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming from my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. They thought I wouldn't make it, then I made it. I thought that they would love me, but they hate it. They thought that I was high and I was faded. But still ain't no denying I'm the greatest ever. I promised my daughter to never promise. I broke that promise twice, now I owe my daughter all kinds of. I don't wear a watch, I can show you what time it is. I be spinning blocks, texting I'm right outside your crib. It's not a magic trick when I'm disappearing inside you, sis. Swimming with the sharks, dodging all them piranha fish. Cause I ain't trying to lose, and that's a major accomplishment. Kids in private school, you can miss me with all that minor. Take my coffee, 2 sugars, heavy on the cream. 3 albums, 1 summer, Philly blunt a machine. I am January's baby, February's dream. Marching into April, I'm something June never seen. And it seems I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming from my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming from my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones.
I say, jealousy, I say, got the hole in the street, I say. To me, I said, you design yourself. Nobody built like you. You design yourself. I agree, I said to my one-of-a-kind self. Get stoned every day like Jay-Z did. What he did and done has been said before. You're doing it, Joe. Say no more. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, and then he sent me to do the Lord's work. I gotta go.